What's up, guys? Today we are going to be talking about horror gatekeeping. Ooh, this will be a fun one. I'm Tyler, welcome to my channel, and yeah, as I said, we're going to talk about horror gatekeeping, and when it comes to any fandom, gatekeeping is an issue that just comes along. I've definitely been guilty of this myself without even meaning to, because if you're a fan of something, obviously you have strong opinions towards just everything about that subject. And so it can be sometimes hard to, pull yourself away and back into reality with that stuff. That's really why I wanted to make this video, because it's not in the spirit of the genre. I know that there's a lot of horror stuff on the outside. It seems like it would be, cruel and intense and blah, blah, blah. But in actuality, the people that I know that like in the horror community and that create things that are horror related are some of the most just beautiful souls out there. Very, very nice. And so I really just wanted to address it, in that it's something that I hope that eventually we'll be able to move past. Just like with anything, once something gets popular, people will then start to bash it. It's something that's been going on lately with Game of Thrones. It's something that happens. I have to stop myself a lot even of being like, oh, well, did you watch the show? Did you read any of the book? It doesn't matter. If you are into it at that time, then that's fucking great. There's so much negativity in the world. What's the point of trashing someone for liking something else? A good example for myself would be the Paranormal Activity series. I've always hated that series, just thought it was really stupid, but I don't have any reason to dislike it and think less of your opinion if you like those movies, despite the fact that I have a guttural reaction of like, oh, you like that stuff, because it's just silly. Everyone has stuff that they like that other people don't. Like, that's just a part of life. I have so many things that are like that. I, for one, I like bad movies. I can pretty objectively call them bad, where it's like I enjoy them for the bad stuff in them. But I also understand that not everyone's like that. Someone just wants to appreciate high art, and when it's not done well, they just don't give a shit. And that's fine. That is absolutely fine. I think that the horror genre, specifically because it's so easy for studios to kind of take advantage of it. Once a studio does take advantage of a series and it becomes mainstream, that suddenly becomes like a thing to bash. I know that the Saw series went through that big time. It went from being cool seeing the Saws to, oh, you like the Saw franchise? What the fuck? Every series has to go through that. Eventually it comes back around, everything's cyclical, and it ends up coming back to being pretty decent and getting much more appreciation than ever thought it would. It's nice. It's nice in retrospect, in that these creators can finally get their due, but it sucks in the meantime because, these are still people and they still have to read these reviews and hear these fan opinions. So again, it's just a part of fandom in general. The MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for those that aren't aware, they're going through the same type of thing right now. And it's just how it is. Star Wars, they're also going through it. I want to say that it's just not worth it. If you like what you like, then continue to like that and like it unabashedly. There's no reason to hide certain things because you're worried that people don't share that same opinion. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you you. I wouldn't trade any of the films that I like or dislike just to suddenly fit with the status quo. Who cares? I think that Halloween 2018 is the second best in that series and one of the best horror films of the last 20 years. That is how I feel. And I also feel it's the perfect slasher. I get that not everyone is going to agree with that, which is totally fine. When it came out, I started getting a little bit annoyed and would defend it a little bit. But you know what? It's fine. There's some people that will hate that and love Halloween H2O, which is, again, perfectly fine. There's also people that will have grown up with certain remakes, where maybe they like Nightmare on Elm Street remake more than the original because the original came out, 25 years earlier, and so they just can't connect with it. And again, it's perfectly fine. So again, I just wanted to, I guess just get my opinion out there that like what you like, enjoy what you enjoy. That is the great part of this community, and that for the most part, people are very accepting and very nice of just like, yeah, enjoy. And I think that a big reason for that is the fact that the horror genre is so wide spanning. There's so many different like subgenres where it's like, yeah, you could be a fan of horror but have nothing in common with another person that likes horror, just because of the fact that you have different subgenres that just appeal to you. So I understand that, and thankfully I'm also one of those people that I like most subgenres just how I've been. So I've never run into that issue of like, oh, well, this kind of thing is not as good. But even then, I guess the found footage stuff, I think there's a time and a place for all of that. I think that just shouldn't be like they were going to make a Friday the 13th film done found footage style, which just isn't what the series usually is. However, if they pull it off, then they pull it off. I want to get away from caring about that kind of stuff because life's too short to have such strong opinions towards something like that. Just wanted to essentially not rant, but just talk it out a little bit, just to, maybe potentially give someone else a different perspective. Maybe someone watching this will go, maybe I've done that with this series or that series, or because we all do it. But I think that becoming aware of it and trying to become better and not succumb to those things it makes us better fans in general, because then it helps more people come to the genre, just get to experience things like great film. Sometimes fandoms can turn off people from starting onto a thing that they would enjoy. So it's just always how I felt. But yeah, I don't need to go over this much more. I feel like I think we have pretty much covered it. I hope. I think. But yeah, that's really all for this week. Hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next week. Hey friends, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and check out this video that YouTube thinks that you would like.